Hey, I had a good night. I'm complaining. The other night I had a nightmare you don't want to know from it. I had a nightmare on Sunday night, Monday morning. It was a doozy. I can't even read it to you. It was so bad. I woke up with a heart like a pounding. I said, this has got to stop. Last night, though, I slept peacefully. It must have been that I didn't eat sushi. I don't eat sushi anymore. You eat sushi now? You can eat that garbage? You think sushi is so cool. You go to like a Japanese, you see all of these white people eating this garbage food. It's fundamentally peasant food from Japan, from people who couldn't afford a whole piece of fish. So they gave them scraps rolled up in leftover rice in a ball. Now they call it sushi. What's sushi? It's garbage food. It's peasant food. It's bad enough that the hippies and their children you see the boys, 12, 13 years old, just when they need big slabs of meat. Big slabs of meat. Large portions of protein. And what's the mother feeding him? Some anemic piece of garbage, vegetarian, vegan sushi. No wonder the boy is having a nervous breakdown with a mother like that. It's shocking that you can't see this. Most of you can't see it. All you see is a mother feeding a boy sushi. Or a girl even. Let's say boy or girl, doesn't matter. She also is demanding protein at a growth spurt. But the children grew up deficient in diet because they were vegans, vegetarian, starving for a piece of protein. As a result, the liberal children didn't develop, their brains did not develop on time. You think I'm joking with you? No. Ask a physiologist if a developing fetus and then a developing infant needs protein. Oh, they need protein and large amounts of it. And so the mother, first of all, she's a vegan, that's number one. She's emaciated and falling apart and starving to death while she's pregnant. Then she gives birth to a baby and she denies him cow's milk. Then she denies him chicken or fish or meat or cheese or dairy or gluten. There's no food. The children in America are starving to death. And then you send them into the government school and they fill them with lies about how great Obama is and a wonderful saviorism of humanity. And they believe it. Do you understand why we won the election? I do.
Join the Savage Nation.
Where do you live? What city are you in?
He doesn't like that. It's because you never tried.
John, what city are you in? John, hello, Michael Savage to you. What city are you in?
I am in Watertown, Connecticut.
All right. In Watertown, are there any sushi restaurants or coffee houses?
Yes, they're all up and down Main Street.
All right, fine. So when you walk through town like an outsider looking in, do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see the hippie mothers and fathers feeding their children these deficient diets of sushi, for example?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay, and you see the emaciated white boy sitting there eating a piece of vegan sushi. The boy doesn't have the strength to lift up his own hands, let alone to play a game or to study. The brains don't work with that kind of diet. But what do you expect from a mother who was raised on that kind of food?
Just going to start from the top down.
How about the coffee shops? You ever stand behind a hippie one of the hippies in Watertown at a coffee shop and listen what they go through? They don't go in and say, just give me a coffee. Do you ever hear what they go through? I want a double, triple reduced espresso from beans raised to 4,700-foot altitude in Ethiopia by an insensitive way, making certain that the whales and the newts didn't get damaged by it, and the people of Ethiopia were given fair and fair trade value for picking the coffee beans. And I want a double soy minus espresso squirt added to it, but the water shouldn't be too hot. And I'll take that over here while I'm waiting. You ever hear them order a coffee?
Absolutely, like going to a pharmacy, getting a prescription. It's sickening.
You topped me on that one. That was fast. It is. A pharmacist in the old days would compound a prescription with mixing things and grinding in a mortar and pestle faster than they can make a coffee today in Watertown, Massachusetts, when you're behind a liberal trying to get a coffee. You can pull your hair out. You can't just say, give me a coffee and get out of there. Everything is special. Everything is a trick special order. It's frightening. Just give me a coffee. You don't even want to talk to them. You just go in sometimes, you just want a coffee. You can't even say, give me a coffee. Then they ask you 3 questions. It's like 20 questions. You want a tall, you want a small. You want a this, you want a that. You want room for milk, you want no milk. You want soy milk, you want hot water, you want cold water. It just, there's no, okay, whatever. Thanks for calling.